never to have a gas stove in my house. These are such a pain to clean. If you're unfortunate enough to have one of these, I'm going to teach you how this cleaning pro cleans them efficiently and effectively. First off, if you own one of these, the best thing to do is to maintain them and clean them after every time you cook. But because I know that's not real life for most people, and that's okay, I'm going to share with you what I do when they get neglected. You'll notice that around the burners is some really stubborn burnt on spots. The method I use is I use Barkeeper's Friend, and then I use 0000 grade fine steel wool around them. And if there's still stubborn spots, I will use a wet pumice stone. Make sure your surface is wet and your pumice stone is wet, and go at an angle. I always break the pumice stone in half. The pumice stone is the magic tool when it comes to getting those stubborn spots. It works every single time. Now, always make sure the pumice stone is soaking wet before you use it, and don't use it willy-nilly. Only use it on the spots that need it. Also, you might have to use the pumice stone more than once on really stubborn spots to remove all of the stuff off of the stovetop burners. I use Barkeeper's Friend, but that isn't the only product that will work on this type of stovetop. You can use any kind of degreaser, Dawn Power Wash, or Ziff Cream, or Scrub Daddy Power Paste. But I just happen to have Barkeeper's Friend handy, and I love the way it works. Really, the magic tool is the wet pumice stone for the really stubborn spots, and that is the one thing I want to make sure I always have on hand when I'm doing a gas stovetop. After I'm done scrubbing down all the really burnt on spots with my pumice stone, I'll use my Scrub Daddy sponge and scrub the stovetop really well. When you're using Barkeeper's Friend, it can leave a residue, so it's really important that you rinse the stovetop really well after. Usually rinse multiple times before I'm satisfied, and then I dry it off with a dry cloth, and then I'm ready to go in with a glass cleaner to polish off the stovetop. And by the end, it usually looks close to brand new. Definitely depends if it's more of a restoration clean. This one wasn't terrible, but it had definitely been neglected. So here are the final results of this stovetop cleaning. It had some construction dust and some burnt on spots, and then afterwards, it was looking close to new again. That's all I have for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.